to start to breathe really slowly through the nose. Like really see how long you can make each breath last. Maybe 8, 9, 10 counts. And on every exhale, let something go. Maybe the tension in your shoulders or your face. Maybe some limiting thoughts about yourself. Maybe all of the above. With every exhale, you're just letting go. Start to become really aware of the space behind your eyelids. See if you can tell the temperature of the air there. And on each exhale, try to soften that space all around the eyes. Now, keeping that awareness, start to become also aware of your tongue. See if you can feel where it starts. Now just become aware of the part of your tongue that's sitting in your mouth, the shape of it, the texture, the moisture content. Now start to soften the tongue and soften the rest of your mouth away from the tongue a little bit, maybe bringing a little air into the cheeks to help you soften. Now keeping this awareness of the space behind the eyes and the tongue, keeping this deep, slow breath. Imagine that your mind is just like any other muscle, and it's like a circular shape that encompasses that space behind the eyes and the tongue. And imagine you're inhaling through the nose into this space, filling it up like a balloon, filling up all the space in your head with this stillness. And noticing how every exhale, there's still more to let go of. Get curious about how much you could really let go. Now, still breathing through the nose, imagine also inhaling through the ears into this space. Now imagine inhaling through the ears down into the heart. So feel it coming down both sides of the neck and filling the heart all the way up. And then use that heart energy to let go just a little bit more. So we're going to make it our priority to stay in this place of peace while we practice today. Instead of just reserving this place for our meditation or shavasana, we're going to let the yoga be the practice of moving our body from this place. Typically, once you open the eyes or start to move, this peace goes away. But today we're going to commit to staying in this space. So start to open your eyes just a tiny bit, but not really trying to see. Trying not to let your state of peace be affected by your perception now. Close the eyes and see how quickly you can go back to that place of peace. We'll do this a couple times until you feel ready, until you feel like you can stay in this place with your eyes open. At any point in class, if you lose this place of peace, just close the eyes or come back down to the ground. But make it your priority to stay in this place, even ahead of the poses or anything else. And when you feel ready, you'll flutter the eyes open and start to hug the knees into the chest, keeping this deep connection with your breath. And we'll start to rock the whole length of the spine a couple times. Maybe toes come to touch the ground behind your head. And then you rock all the way up to a seat. And when you're ready, we'll stay in that seat and find a nice tall spine. We're going to drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. Soften the face, soften the shoulders, the tongue, the eyes. Really slowly let the head fall forward. Really feeling the weight of the head here, helping to open things up as you start to make big, slow circles with the head and the neck. Softening whatever you can on the exhale, holding on to each breath as long as you can. You can close the eyes if that makes it easier to stay in that place of peace. But we are trying to learn to stay in that space with the eyes open. So maybe you close them for a second to get it back, and then you open them back up when you're ready. Now we're going to switch directions. Slowly come back to stillness in the center and lengthen up through the crown and the spine. Soften through the face. Inhale the arms up overhead. Squeeze your palms together. Lift your fingers high. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. I hope the car noise isn't too much. My boyfriend's doing a remodel inside, and there wasn't a single room that had space for me to do this in. I wanted to go down to the lake. It's just a couple blocks, but I knew I wouldn't have enough service for that. So hopefully this will work out. All right, let's come onto our hands and our knees and get a nice tabletop setup with your fingers spread nice and wide. Start to really press down into the hands, lengthen from your crown to your sit bones, staying with that breath, keeping that softness in your face, keeping that soft gaze if your eyes are open. We're gonna lift the right arm up in the left leg and lengthen everything out so it's parallel to the ground. Flex the left foot. Point the toes down and in and really press back through that heel as you reach forward through the fingers. Keep looking down to keep the back of the neck long. Keep pressing down into the left hand and lengthen. One more time from your heel to your fingertips. On the exhale, bring your knee to your nose and round your spine. Empty every last drop of air. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Point the toe now. Lift the leg a little higher. Exhale, round it out. Still seeing how long we can make each breath last and synchronizing the movement with the breath. So it takes your whole breath to find all the length and your whole exhale to curl yourself all the way into that ball. Extend the leg back out, lower the hand back down, and step the left foot over to the right. Bringing those toes down to the ground, root into the hands to straighten into the arms, and maybe you gaze back over the right shoulder at that foot, pressing back through that left heel a little bit. Slowly come back to your hands and your knees. And this time we'll lift the left arm and the right leg up. Flex the foot for now, toes point down, heel presses back. Look down, soften the face, soften the left shoulder, lengthen out. Rooting into the fingers and knuckles. One more inhale for length. Exhale, round it out, knee to nose. See if you can actually touch your knee to your nose. Inhale, take your time. Point the toe, lift a little higher. Exhale, round it out. All right, keep that leg extended, lower the hand down. Step that foot over to the left. Stay on your toes. Press back through the heel. Press into the hands, straighten into the arms, maybe gaze over the left shoulder now. Slowly come back to your hands and your knees. We'll curl the toes under and lift the knees a couple inches. And slowly lift up like you're coming towards downward facing dog. But then come forward. We're going to make big circles with the body, coming kind of like forward into plank, and then lowering down, but bending the knees a lot. And then lifting those sit bones up and back, making big, slow circles with the whole body. Pressing into the fingers and knuckles. Stay with your breath. Now we're going to switch directions of the circle. So first we'll press it up like through plank and back to down dog, and then bending the knees and coming forward. Let your head be heavy. And then we'll settle into downward facing dog. Maybe pedaling it out or swaying the hips. Start to really root down into your fingers and knuckles and relaxing your head and your neck. Maybe starting to create that audible ocean sound with the breath by constricting the back of the throat slightly. Now we're going to step the right toes on the back of the left heel to try to help lower that left heel down. Try to keep your arms straight and strong so you're not tilted here. Head is heavy. Soften the shoulders out of the ears. Find your breath. And switch. Plant the right foot down. Use those left toes to help that right heel down. Come back to downward facing dog. Ripple forward into plank and lower your knees, and then your chest, and then your chin. Flatten all the way down, untuck your toes. Use your hands to pull your heart forward a little bit. Press into your feet to lift the heart up. Each breath is going to lift us just a little higher. If this is too much on your low back, each exhale can take you all the way back down to the ground. Keep your elbows hugging in and reaching back. Keep pressing through the feet, lifting through the heart. Slowly lower down. Come back to child's pose. Let your forehead rest. Let your heart melt. Come back to that place of peace. Take it with you as we slowly come back up, downward facing dog. Slowly walk your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale to lift up halfway. Shine your heart forward, roll your shoulders back. Exhale, fold, let your head be heavy. Grab onto your elbows and start to sway a little bit. Shake the head a little bit. Start to root down into the feet. Release your elbows. Reverse swan dive. Press into the feet. Inhale, come all the way up. Find a little backward bend. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Press down into the feet. Inhale, reach out, lengthen up. Exhale, lengthen forward, hinging at the hips. Empty every last drop of air as you fold a little deeper. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step the right foot back, lower the right knee down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, step back to plank. Lower knees, chest, chin, baby cobra. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Take your time, stay for an extra breath if you like. Press it back through child's pose first if you like. Inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it all out. Slowly walk your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale to lift up halfway. And exhale to fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, come all the way up. Find a little backward bend. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Inhale, reach out, lengthen up. Exhale, swan dive, lengthen forward. Inhale, lift up halfway, fill up all the way. Exhale, step the left foot back and lower down. Inhale, rise up. Take your time. Exhale, step back to plank. Lower through chaturanga or knees, chest, chin, baby cobra. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose, come up high on the tippy toes. Open mouth, exhale, sink into the heels. One more time, make it last a little longer. Root down into the fingers and knuckles. Soften the shoulders up out of the ears. Inhale, lift the right foot up high. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose, step it all the way through. Lower the left knee down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower the hands. Step the left foot forward. Bend the knees. Sweep the floor with your fingers and find a chair pose. Sinking back into the heels. Reach up out of the waist. Let your toes be light, but keep them grounded. See if you can find that place of peace, softening through the face, shoulders. Maybe closing the eyes for a second if you've lost it. Stand up, find a little backward bend at the top. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Now we're going to lift the right foot up into tree pose. Maybe you help it up high on the thigh. Bring your hands to your heart. Root down into the left foot. Scoop the hips forward a little bit and let that right knee fall down and back. See if you can lengthen up through the crown a little more. See what you can soften on the exhale. If you want to challenge the balance, you can reach up or look up or sway in the wind a little bit. Find your breath. Keep your gaze steady. Good. Lift that right knee in and up. Bring your hands to your heart. Hinge forward. Shoot that leg back long so everything's parallel to the ground. Find your breath. Find length from heel to crown. And slowly step it back into Crescent Lunge. Press the left knee forward as you sink in a little more, reaching up out of the waist. And lower your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Maybe your palms glue together. As you draw the hands down, lift the heart and look up. And keep the left knee deeply bent as you drop your head inside of it. Let your head be heavy. Keep pressing that right heel back. Draw the belly in out of the way. Reach the arms up and overhead. One more breath. Now drag your body towards the right, towards the long edge of the mat, keeping your bind. Turn the toes in towards each other a little bit. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. Release your hands down to the ground. Let your head be heavy. Now grab your right ankle with your left hand and roll your arms straight up towards the sky. Relax your head and your neck. Rock a little weight into the balls of the feet. Pull the belly in. Lift those sit bones up and back and reach that right arm up. Maybe you bring the back of the right hand to the small of the back or reach for that left hip and start to roll your right shoulder up towards the sky, opening the heart. Soften the tongue, the eyes, soften the shoulders out of the ears. Stay with your breath. Find that place of peace. If you've lost it, close your eyes or come back down to the ground if you need to. Really committing to making that our priority for this practice. Slowly release. Grab the left ankle with the right hand. Roll the left arm up. Rock a little weight into the balls of the feet. Lift those sit bones up and back. Relax your head and your neck. Maybe the back of the left hand comes to the small of the back or grabs that right hip as you roll the left shoulder back and twist the heart up towards the sky. Slowly release back to center. And then walk your hands over to the left foot and turn all your toes to face forward. Plant the right hand down, roll the left hand up towards the sky, gaze up at it. We're going to come all the way up to a reverse crescent. It's a big move. The left knee stays deeply bent. The left hand finds the back of the right thigh. Right hand reaches up. Roll the hands down to the ground. Shoot the right foot high like standing splits. And then lower the right foot to the back of the mat. Now shoot the left foot up like three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hips. Keep your arms straight and your head heavy. Root into the fingers and knuckles and twist. Slowly come back, downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose, come up high on the toes. Open mouth, exhale, sink into your heels. Inhale, lift the left foot high. Exhale, draw the knee to the nose, step it through, lower down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, step the right foot forward, find that chair pose. Sink into the heels, sweep the floor, reach forward and up. Soften what you can on the exhale, stay with your breath. Keep your gaze and your breath steady, keep your mind steady. Sink in just a little bit more. Stand up, find a little backward bend. Exhale, hands to heart. Now we'll lift that left foot up into tree pose. Rooting down into the right foot. Scoop the hips forward, let that knee fall back. Bring your hands to your heart. Find a little more length. Find that place of peace. If you want to challenge the balance, you can reach up or look up or sway in the wind a little bit. Good job, guys. Bring your hands to your heart. Lift that knee up. Hinge forward. Shoot that leg back long. Everything parallels to the ground. Lengthen out. Slowly step back. Crescent lunge. Sink in. Keep pressing the right knee forward. Lower your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Maybe the palms glue together. Draw the hands down as the heart lifts and you look up. And then hinge forward, dropping your head inside that knee. Right knee presses forward. Left heel presses back. Head is heavy, shoulders and face are soft. Drag your body towards the left, towards that long edge of the mat. Turn the toes in a little bit. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. Release your hands to the ground. Walk your hands back between your legs with your fingers pointing back away from you. And tip a little weight into the balls of the feet, trying to lower your head down towards the ground. Using every exhale as an opportunity to soften. And every moment is an opportunity to find that place of peace. Closing the eyes if it helps. Walk your hands back under the shoulders and then walk them over towards the right foot. Turn all your toes to face forward. Shoot the left foot up high like standing splits. And then step the left foot back behind you and shoot the right foot up high like three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hips, keep the arms straight and the head heavy. Slowly come back, downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose, come up high on the tippy toes. Open mouth, exhale, sink into the heels one more time. Okay, now bend the knees like you're gonna lower them down to the ground, but stop short. To see if you can lower the elbows and the knees down towards the ground, but still hovering a couple inches away. And then press back up, downward facing dog, but lead with the booty. Blossoming the booty up towards the sky. One more time, lower the knees and elbows almost down to touch the ground. And then come on back up, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right foot up high. Exhale, draw the knee to your nose. Inhale, shoot it back up. Sink into that left heel as you reach up to the right heel. Come up on the toes. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose and step it through like crescent lunge. Arms reach up out of the waist. Now sink in here. Now plant your left hand down inside that right foot. Roll the right arm up towards the sky and gaze up at it. We're going to come all the way up to reverse crescent. Right knee stays deeply bent. Right hand finds left thigh. Left hand reaches up and back. Lower the hands down to the ground. Shoot the right foot high like standing splits. Bend the knee. Stack the hips. Keep your head heavy. Slowly come back, downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose. Come up high. Fill all the way up. Open mouth, exhale, let it all out. One more time. Inhale, lift the left foot up high. Exhale, draw your knee all the way to your nose and hold. Inhale, shoot it up again. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through, crescent lunge. Take your time. Sink in, get the hips square to the top edge of the mat. Slowly roll that right hand down. Roll the left arm up, gaze up at it, twist your heart open. Come all the way up, reverse crescent. Keep the bend in the left knee. Left hand finds right thigh, right hand reaches up. Cartwheel your hands down, shoot the left foot high like three-legged dog. Bend the knee and open the hips. Relax your head, relax your face. Close your eyes if it helps. Come back downward facing dog. And we're gonna lower down to the knees for a child's pose. Let your forehead come to rest. And see how quickly you can find that place of peace. See if you can recommit for the second half of class to staying in this place. Even if it means you have to stay in child's pose. Anytime you lose it, come right back to it, being vigilant to create some peace in your heart, in your mind, in your life, in the world. Because we all want more peace. But unfortunately, we're all stuck here in this human condition where our mind kind of runs the show most of the time. And if you haven't noticed, your mind will try to convince you that there's always something better you should be doing than finding stillness. See if you can fight that temptation every time the mind comes up and tries to hijack your thoughts. See if you can come back to this place of peace. Slowly come back up, downward facing dog. Walk your hands back to meet your feet. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Press into the feet, come all the way up. Find a little backward bend at the top. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. All right, inhale, arms up. Interlace your fingers. Release your index finger. See if you can squeeze your head with your arms, gluing your palms all the way together, reaching up out of the waist. Soften the shoulders down the back, soften your face. Step the right foot forward and come down until everything's parallel to the ground. Still trying to squeeze your head with your straight arms and glue your palms together. Point the toe. Now try to level the hips, lifting the right hip and lowering the left hip. Lengthen out your fingertips to your toes. Now plant the left fingertips in front of the right toes, roll the right arm up towards the sky and twist your heart open. Trying to get everything parallel to the ground, the torso, the leg. Roll that right shoulder back, gaze up, lengthen out. Now we're gonna come all the way up to reverse triangle. So we're gonna lower the left foot to the back of the mat, straighten the legs, and come all the way up, pressing into the feet. The left hand reaches high. Now we're gonna slowly come into Revolve Triangle, lowering the left hand down onto the right shin or the ground. Rolling the right arm up, trying to gaze up at it. Press down into the feet, lift up through the quads. Roll that right shoulder back. Soften what you can on the exhale. Stay with your breath just a little bit longer. Lower the right hand back down, shoot the left foot up high like standing splits. Now step that left foot outside your right foot so your pinky toes can touch. Your right foot might need to step back a little to get those pinkies together. Inhale, lift up halfway, and exhale, fold. Shake your head a little bit. Rock a little weight into the balls of the feet and try lifting those sit bones up and back. Maybe it feels good to walk it over to either side here. Coming back to center, root down into the right foot, keep the left foot up high like standing splits, and then set the left foot down to meet the right, bend the knees, sweep the arms back, find that chair pose. Lower the booty a little bit. This is gonna be really loud because the trash truck is coming. See if you can sink in just a little bit more, softening the ankles, keeping the toes light. Stand up, find a little backward bend. Exhale, hands to heart, and hands down by your side. So about in the middle of the mat now. Inhale the arms up, interlace your fingers. Release your index finger, glue your palms together. Try to straighten the arms to squeeze the head. Step the left foot forward, come down to make that capital letter T. Still trying to squeeze the head with the straight arms, squeeze the palms together, point those toes, reach the back. Try to level the hips, but lifting the left hip, lowering the right hip, lengthen out one more time. Let the right fingertips roll the left arm up, gaze up at it. Keep that back leg really strong and straight, everything parallel to the ground if you can. Still trying to level the hips. Roll that left shoulder back, twisting open. Now we're going to lower the right foot down and come up like Revolve Triangle. Press into the feet. Reach the right hand up, legs are straight. And now we're going to lower the right hand down to that leg or down to the ground. And keep rolling that left shoulder back as you gaze up at the left hand. Press down into the feet. Soften the shoulders out of the ears. Soften the tongue, the eyes. Stay with your breath. Lower the left hand down. Shoot the right foot high like standing splits. Step the right foot outside the left foot so your pinky toes can touch. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold, shake the head a little bit. Staying right here, maybe walking it over to either side or both sides. Coming back to center, root down into the left foot, shoot the right foot up high like standing splits. And then set the right foot down to meet the left, sink into the heels, sweep the floor, find that chair pose. Sink in a little bit, reach up out of the waist a lot. Find that place of peace, maybe closing the eyes for a second. Stand up, find a little backward bend at the top. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Bring your right hand out to the side with your palm facing up. Lift your right foot up. Grab the ankle from the inside, right on your ankle bone. Bring your knees together to start. Reach your left arm up, bicep next to your ear, and lengthen up. And keep that length as you hinge forward, reach forward, kicking that right leg up and back, like you're drawing a bow, bringing your shoulders into one line. So if you're looking at yourself in the camera, you can't see your right shoulder because it's directly behind your left. But you can see your right knee because you're not opening that up to the side. Imagine your knee is heavy and rooting towards the ground. Kick up and back as hard as you can. Keep your fingertips about eyebrow level and try to level your hips. Press down into the left foot, lift the left quad up and kick. Slowly come back up and release. Step your feet as wide as your mat. Turn your toes out a little bit. Bring your hands to your low back. Maybe your fingers point up. Bend into the knees a lot. Press the hips forward, lift the heart, and find a deep supported backward bend. Soften what you can on the exhale. On the inhale, come up, step your feet a little closer together. Left hand out to the side, left foot lifts up, grab the inside of the ankle bone. Knees touch, right arm reaches up. Keep that reach as you hinge forward. Kick up and back as hard as you can. It'll help with balance. That knee is heavy. The hips are in line. Feel the right foot pressing down and the right quad lifting up as you kick up and back as hard as you can. Soften your gaze. Reach through the fingers. Stay with your breath. Keep your gaze and your breath steady to keep your mind steady. And release. Step your feet a little wider. Turn your toes out. Hands to low back. Bend the knees a lot. Press the hips forward, lift the heart, and go back. Softening through the tongue, the eyes, the shoulders. Inhale, come up, step your feet together, bring your hands to your heart. Let your head bow to your heart, close your eyes. See if you can go right back to that place of peace. Take it with you, lower the hands down, inhale, rise up. Exhale, swan dive, lengthen forward, press into the feet. Empty every last drop, drawing the belly in and up out of the way to fold a little deeper. Inhale, lift up halfway, hold on to it. One more sip. Exhale, chaturanga, plant the hands, walk or hop it back. Meaning back in downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose, come up high on the tippy toes. Open mouth, exhale, sink into the heels. Wow, I thought it was quiet up here, and for some reason I delusionally thought this was going to be great outside here. It's really, really loud. Thanks for bearing with me. If you can find peace during this, you're good, right? Inhale through the nose, high on the tippy toes. Open mouth, exhale, sink into the heels. All right, inhale, lift the right foot high. Exhale, draw the right knee to the right armpit and hold here. Maybe you find an arm balance, maybe you just hold for strength. Press into the fingers and knuckles, keep the arms straight and strong. Step the right foot outside the right hand. Roll the right arm up towards the sky, gaze up at it, open your heart as you roll the right shoulder back. Now left knee lowers down, upper body comes up. Right hand finds left thigh like reverse crescent on the ground here. Lower both the hands down inside the right foot, and maybe you lower down to the forearms here. Maybe you need to wiggle the left toes back a little more to keep your hips level. Let your head be heavy. Now see how long you can make each breath last. Resisting every temptation of the mind when it comes to hijack your thoughts. And notice that just by occupying all the space, by making your breath last a little bit longer, that helps you to stay right here in this moment. If the breathing techniques were helpful, maybe you're still inhaling through the ears, right into the mind, and filling all that space in your head with stillness instead of chatter. Slowly come back up to the hands. Turn the right toes out towards the top front corner of the mat and roll to the outside edge of that right foot. Let the right knee fall open. Maybe the right hand wants to help it open here. Keep rooting down into the left hand and lifting up through the heart. Soften what you can on the exhale. You can stay here, or you can reach the right hand back for that foot behind you, trying to grab the pinky toe side of the foot, and then sinking back in. Now kick into your hand, creating some resistance here as you pull the foot in towards the glute and kick into the hand. Find your breath. Babe, is it always this loud out here, or is this like an obscene amount of traffic for?
It's the American Century Classic. It's all the private jets, all celebrities.
Oh, and it is the 4th of July weekend.
Well, celebrities are flying.
Oh, really? There's also a celebrity flying thing. That's why there's all the air traffic right now. Oh, golf tournament, celebrity golf tournament up here too. So normally I think it would be quiet. Slowly float those toes back down to the ground. Lift that left knee up, reach the right arm up, gaze up at it. We're gonna come all the way up to that reverse crescent again, keeping the deep bend in the right knee. Right hand finds left thigh, left hand reaches up. Cartwheel hands down. Shoot the right foot up and back, three-legged dog, bend the knee, open the hips. Come back downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose, up high on the tippy toes. Open mouth, exhale, sink into the heels. Yeah, I've never seen this kind of air traffic here ever. One more time, inhale through the nose, hold on to it. Open mouth, exhale, let it all out, sink into the heels. Inhale, lift the left foot high. Exhale, left knee, left armpit. Hold here for strength. Maybe you find an arm balance. Arms stay straight and strong. And then step that left foot outside the left hand. Roll the left arm up, gaze up at it, twist open. As the right knee lowers, the left hand comes up and finds that right thigh. Right hand reaches up. Both hands down inside the foot. Maybe you lower down to the forearms, letting the head get heavy. Come back to that place of peace and slow the breath way down, breathing into that space in the mind, filling it up with stillness. So when we create space in our life, that's when the unmanifest can enter. When we fill all that space with chatter or incessant doing, we stay kind of disconnected from that other realm, that other dimension. Slowly come back up to the hands. Turn the left toes out to that top front corner. Roll to the outside edge of that left foot. Let the left knee fall open. Maybe the left hand helps it open. Root down into that strong right arm. Lift up through the heart. Stay here if you like, or reach back to that foot. Maybe grabbing pinky toe side. Sink back in. Root down to the right hand. Lift up through the heart. Create that resistance as you pull that foot in and kick. Slowly float those toes back down, curl them under, lift that knee up, roll the left arm up, gaze up at it. Back to that reverse crescent, left knee stays bent, left hand finds right thigh, right hand reaches up. Cartwheel hands down, shoot the left foot high, three-legged dog, bend the knee, open the hips, relax your head and your neck. Come back downward facing dog, sink in, and then inhale, come up high on the toes. Open mouth, exhale, sink in. One more, make it last. All right, inhale, lift the right foot up high. Exhale, draw the right knee towards the right wrist for half pigeon pose. Wiggle those left toes back a little more. Try to level the hips out. Walk the hands back with the hips, puff up the chest like a pigeon. And keep this length through the spine as you slowly walk it forward. Get your forehead resting on something. If it can't come all the way to the ground, stack your arms like a pillow. If your forehead still can't touch, stack your fists for a little more height. But get your forehead resting and see how quickly you can find that place of peace here. And sink in. Using each exhale to let go. Slowly lift up halfway on the inhale, find a little more length, and then sink back in for 2 more breaths. Slowly come back up to the hands, curl the left toes under, shoot the right foot high, three-legged dog, bend the knee, open the hips, circle it out if it feels good. When you're ready, come back downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose, come up high on the toes. Open mouth, exhale, sink into the heels. One more time. This time on the exhale, stick out the tongue, maybe shake the head and really let it all out. Inhale, left foot lifts up high. Exhale, left knee, left wrist, half pigeon. Right toes wiggle back, level the hips out. Bring the hands back with the hips, puff up the chest. Keep that length as you walk it forward. Get your forehead resting, get right into it. See if you can make that breath last even longer now, maybe 8, 9, 10 counts. Inhale, half lift, find a little more length. Sink back in for 2 more breaths, make them count. Walk your hands back in, curl the right toes, shoot the left foot high, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hips, circle it out if you like. And then come back downward facing dog. We're gonna lower down to the knees. And then come up to standing on the knees here, kneeling, yeah. Bringing the hands to the low back. Whoa. Got a little bit dizzy. Oh, there's a stellar J. Okay, maybe those fingertips point up as you wrap the elbows back a little bit. Scoop the hips forward. Imagine you're squeezing a block with your hips. Lift the heart and drop your head back. If that's too much on the neck, keep the chin drawing in towards the chest. Find your breath. See what you can soften on the exhale. Soften through the tongue, the eyes, the shoulders. Slowly come back up. Bring your knees together. Sit your hips down on your heels. Slide your hands down to your knees. Tuck your tailbone all the way under. Tuck your chin all the way to your chest and curl into this tight little ball. You can stay right there if it feels good, or you can start to wave the spine. Slowly come back up. Spread your knees as wide as your hips. Bring your hands to your low back. We're going to do 2 more sets of camel. Maybe you start to walk your hands down to your heels. Maybe you grab one heel and lift the other hand up high and do the other side on our last set. Set it up first. Squeeze that block. Scoop the hips forward. Lift the heart. Maybe you reach down and grab that right heel and reach the left hand up. So you only want to do back bends when you're feeling like really good. If you have any sensitivity or tenderness in your low back, you might skip these or just take a really subtle one. On an inhale, come back up, knees together, hips to heels. Tuck it all in real tight, staying right there if you like, or waving it out again. Come back up for our last set of camels. Spread the knees as wide as the hips. Bring your hands to your low back. Squeeze the block, scoop the hips forward, lift the heart. If you grabbed one heel on the other side, even it out now. Stay with your breath. Notice how there's always more to let go of on the exhale. And really commit to using every exhale as an opportunity to let something go. Get tension in your body, tension in your mind, creating space. Slowly come up on the inhale, knees together, feet together, sit on your heels. Now grab your heels with your thumb on the outside. Now lean back a little bit, tuck your chin all the way to your chest and try to roll into a tight little ball. You're trying to get your forehead to touch your knees and the top of your head to touch the mat right in front of your knees, then roll forward onto the top of your head. You don't want much weight on the top of your head, so pull on the heels more and lift the hips more and try to breathe into that space behind the heart and fill it all the way up. And slowly come back up. Hi, little dog. Jeez. Chip hurt his little leg. He can't put his back leg down. I don't know if he needs to go to the vet or not. Sit onto your left hip. Straighten the right leg out long, so you're making this 90 degrees here with your 2 legs. Kick out through the right heel. Draw the toes back towards the face. Inhale, reach up out of the waist. Now turn your body to straighten out over that right leg and lengthen out. Grab whatever you can here. If you can, you're going to keep that heel up off the ground, keeping that leg super activated and the quad pressing down into the ground. Now, if you can, you're going to keep the spine really long too, keeping the head up. If you want to, you can let the head become heavy, but keep that lift in the heart. Stay with your breath. Recommit here for our last little bit of practice to staying in this place of peace, learning to move your body from this place of peace. Slowly come back up and switch, straighten the left leg. Find that 90, kick through the heel, reach it up. Turn to face that left leg, lengthen out. Grab what you can. Use your inhale to find more length, exhale to find more softness. and release. Slowly come back up. Bring both your feet flat on the ground in front of you. Reach your hands forward and really slowly roll back onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Find a happy baby. Lower your feet flat on the ground. Cross your right knee over your left. Bring your arms out to the side like cactus. Shift your hips to the right and lower your knees to the left. That shift is so you can stack the hips here. Look down. You might still need to draw the left hip back a little bit. If your right knee's not coming all the way to the ground, that's okay. But maybe you want to help it all the way to the ground with your left hand. Gaze out over your right shoulder. Relax your head, your neck, your eyes, your tongue, and see how long you can make this breath last. Maybe you close your eyes to get into that place of peace. Then maybe you try to keep that with the eyes open, but the gaze soft. Imagine I were to come around with a little magical scanner and be like, oh, you guys are doing good, but there's still like 20% more you need to let go of, okay? But the good news is we got a couple more minutes. Use each exhale to let it go. All that tension we're holding on to. Slowly come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Lower your feet down flat. Cross your left knee over your right. Cactus the arms. Shift the hips to the left. Lower the knees to the right. Maybe right hand helps that knee down. Gaze out over the left hand. Relax your shoulders. Notice how even though you just relaxed the shoulders, you can relax them even more on the next exhale. It's like your body will only let you let go of just a little bit at a time. That's okay. Just keep using every exhale as a new opportunity to let go just a little bit more. Slowly come back to center and hug your knees into your chest one last time. And let your legs go long on the mat. Spread your feet as wide as the mat. Let your toes fall open. Close your eyes. See if you can get right back into that place of peace. If any of the breathing techniques were helpful, maybe try them again now, breathing through the ears into that space, softening the mind. Give yourself permission to really let go. Imagine that whatever level of peace you're able to cultivate right now in your heart gets to be felt by all the world, and see if that inspires you to let go just a little bit more. Invite a deeper breath back into your body. And invite the deepest part of yourself to awaken. Imagine there's a part of you deep inside that's been asleep, that is just now deciding to join the party. As you start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, imagine this is the first time this part of you has ever felt this sensation of having a body, or ever seen with these eyes. Imagine that this part of yourself is vigilant for cultivating peace, and that's why they hadn't joined the party yet. There wasn't enough peace in your heart to make it look inviting to them, but now they're here to guide you to see with new eyes. So let this be a new beginning. As you roll onto your side, see if you can commit to seeing things with new eyes and keeping this awareness of your breath, using every exhale as an opportunity to let go. When you're ready, slowly press yourself back up to a seat. And find a nice tall spine. Inhale the arms up overhead, squeeze your palms together, lift everything up one more time. Exhale, draw your hands to your heart. Let your head bow to the wisdom of your heart. Lift the thumbs to the space above the eyebrows and take a moment to thank yourself for showing up today. May all beings everywhere be free from pain and suffering. May our thoughts and actions in some way contribute to that. Namaste.